All right.
Bye, Lauren. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Bands Across the Water. I am Darren Curtis, your host. It is my pleasure to be here, checking in tonight from the Sound Shop Studios out here in Macomb, Michigan. I hope you all are having a wonderful day and having a wonderful weekend so far. Not even too sure what a weekend means anymore. They all blend in together. Well, welcome everyone. This is Bands Across the Water, the show where I try to find original bands and original artists, original musicians from the United States and from Canada. Thank you, Steve, over on Facebook for the follow and for the kind compliment, too, on our cover of Separate Ways by Journey. Appreciate that. Thank you for the follow. And on the show, I like to find original artists, musicians, all the talent from both sides of the border, United States and Canada. This week is no exception. I have a great guest on with me tonight, and I look forward to chatting with him soon. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm streaming live from Facebook on my Facebook page, Darren Curtis Drums. Please be sure to click the like button, follow me there, as well as on my YouTube channel, Darren Curtis Drums on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's some big long link, but if you search for my name, Darren Curtis Drums, you should find me on YouTube over there. Be sure to subscribe onto my YouTube channel, and of course, I am also on Twitch at twitch.tv/Darren Curtis Drums. You can find me there streaming live as well. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for sharing and for liking all of the wonderful stuff. I appreciate it so much. All the kind donations, I appreciate that as well. You guys are a wonderful team, and I enjoy having you here hanging out with me. Let's talk drums in a minute, Steve. We'll get to that. We will get to those beauties back there. Awesome. Anyway, without further me babbling any longer, here, let me tell you who's on the show tonight. Are you guys excited? All right, I'm excited too. So on the show tonight, let's get to it. I am going to be speaking with my pal, Mr. Angelo Coppola from the band MAC SATURN, also from the band The Lows, and he has also released some original solo material of his own that we're going to show to you guys tonight. Some quarantine stuff, we'll say. It's great stuff. And actually, that Journey song that we covered was also a quarantine video. So I'm excited to talk about all this stuff. We have a lot to talk about. I have not seen Angelo since, I believe, the last show that we may have played together. The Lows and Elsie Binks played a show. We're going to talk about that, too. So let's get him on the camera, shall we? Here he is, my friends, Mr. Angelo Coppola.
Hey, what's up, Darren? What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me, man.
It's great to have you, man. Great to have you. It's been a while, huh?
Yeah, definitely, man. It's been too long since we've hit the stage, that's for sure.
Right. Do you happen to remember what show it was the last time that we saw each other?
Yeah, at the shelter.
The shelter, yeah.
I think maybe that was like November of 2019.
Yes, sir. I remember it well. In fact, I think that's where I got my cool shirt, was at the shelter that night.
Oh, yeah, that was a great show. But yeah, I mean, seems like not as long, you know. Doesn't seem like it's been that long.
Right, I know, it's crazy. This whole last year is kind of flown by. It's just, every day has sort of blended into the next, and it's just, what in the world is going on? I know it's hard to believe it's been that long. But yeah, it was at the shelter the last time that we saw each other. We played together, and it's so good to see you again. And actually, do you recall the first time that you and I ever met?
Yeah, I think it was at Pearl Sound with Chuck. I think I was working on the Lows EP, maybe even just by myself at that point. That was in the early days of the Lows. Yeah. And yeah, you brought a student in and showed him around the studio, and I just happened to be recording my stuff there that day.
That's right. I had a drum student with me, and Chuck was so kind as to let me kind of go on a tour of the studio, and we walked around, and actually there was a few of you guys were there, and in fact Mike was recording guitar solos that day, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. That was, yeah.
So yes.
Dang, you might have just missed the bat then. one of the nights when Mike was there, there was a bat in the studio.
Oh, I must have missed it, or yeah, I'm not sure. Nobody said anything about it, so maybe it happened after the fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first time we met. Hey, we got some friends checking in. Hi, hello, everyone. Hello, Robert. Hello, over in Twitch land. We have some friends checking in there. Barb, and of course, Westmix, EBX. That's Kevin. Thank you guys for checking in and hanging out with us. By all means, if you guys have any questions or anything that you want to ask Angelo, fire away. I like to put him on the hot seat and give him. I usually find something somewhere along the lines where I like to put people on the spot. So get ready for it.
Oh yeah.
I haven't found it yet though. Well, that's great. So let me ask you, how are things going for you through what is going on and all of this craziness?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I miss live shows more than anything, but just keeping busy doing other stuff. Right kind of when, everything hit, I had a big back catalog of tunes that I had written, for the Lows, for whatever. Some of them had been written years before, and I have a little home studio set up in my basement with Pro Tools, and my dad's pretty good at all the controls and everything, so he helped me out.
Shout out to Joe.
Yep, and yeah, just got pretty much all the songs I had, in there out because there was nothing else to do, and played all the parts myself, and so that was the first couple months when the lockdown was really strict. I wasn't leaving my house very much at all. So yeah, that took up part of it, and then yeah, I linked up with these guys in MAC SATURN. I've been jamming with them since the summer, since maybe about like the early summer, like May or June, around there. And
awesome.
yeah, we've been in the studio, Rust Belt Studios in Royal Oak, recording an EP and a full-length album, and hoping to have music releasing for that in the next few months here.
Actually, Steve Gonzalez over on Facebook has asked, when are we going to hear some new MAC SATURN?
Yeah, we're in the finishing like stages of a 5-song EP, but we have a really deep catalog of songs we've written together already, and we're probably going to be working on the full length in the next couple months here too. Awesome. And so I don't know, there's a lot of moving parts and stuff that has to happen. Unlike the Lows, like I'm not running everything with MAC SATURN. My good buddy Austin, who's a fantastic business guy, one of my best friends, is managing the band, and so yeah, it's a team effort, and we're just play all the cards right and see what
and things aren't really moving quite as fast anymore, it seems, with the way things are going right now. So I can completely understand it's not easy to keep the wheels in motion, so I get it. Well, good for you. So we'll talk a little bit more about MAC SATURN. Let's get to I want to play a song for everyone, because I like to try to get in a song as early as I can, because I want to catch to the people that have no idea who the band is, or so let's talk first of all about this first video that we're going to show, and this is a song from the Lows. This was something that you did sort of prior to the whole lockdown came into effect, or the pandemic. This is actually the album that you were recording. What is this a full-length album?
No, so yeah, we did the EP for the Lows a few years ago, and then we went back in and did just two singles. We put them together, and then we kind of like bunched together, the EP songs and then those 2 songs.
Right.
So it's like a 7-songer total, but yeah. So this tune, Love Extinction, it was a song I wrote back in like 2015.
I think this is what you guys were tracking when I came with my drum student that day. I think it was maybe not this song, but it was one of these 2 songs for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, tell me about it, and we'll play the video for everybody. Let them hear some music.
Yeah, so it was a song I wrote back in when I went away to Ferris State to college for a year, studying their music program there, and just that's pretty much like where I taught myself how to play guitar, like in my dorm room there. Just pretty much what I would do is I would put on Nirvana records and like listen to a part of it, pause it, learn how to play that part, resume, learn the next part, and so yeah, Love Extinction was like one of the songs that kind of came out of that and kind of never went away. Like I played it with a couple different bands before the Lows, and then once the Lows started playing, everyone in the band dug the song, and they kind of, got revitalized by that. And
right.
I had to go in and cut it, as the...
Just for the record, my mom is checking in on Facebook over there. That's Bev Curtis. Hi, Mom. She can tell by your smile that you like music.
Thank you.
And she would know, because much like you, I've been a lifer. I've been since I was as little as I can ever remember, before I can remember. So she would know. She can recognize it, Yeah. So shout out to my mom over on Facebook.
I love that compliment. Thank you.
She's a doll. All right. So what do you say we get to the video here?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the video was recorded in Pearl Sound Studios, where we did the track. We kind of just went in there and jammed the song out in the live room, and yeah, it just shows what we're all about, kind of.
Right on. Well, here it is, you guys. This is Love Extinction from the Lows. Check it out. Extinction from the Lows. Great song, great video. Good stuff, man.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Cool tune.
We had a
Awesome.
good-
Right on. So I want to send a shout out over to Scott Hayes over there on Facebook, who says I have a great choice in wardrobe tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And my buddy EBX Johnny. Hi, Johnny. Thanks for checking in, my brother. Good to see you. And Robert Morrison as well says it's been 11 months since the last Lowe's show.
You really had to remind me? Come on.
Right. Well, hey, at least they're paying attention.
Yeah, exactly. Keeping track.
Awesome. My buddy Chris Warner over there on Facebook checking it says he felt that in his
Nice.
And then it kicked him in the chest and he loved it. Great tune.
That's exactly what we were going for. So.
Right on. Well, good tune. Yeah, that's good. That's great stuff. So what else can you tell me about the Lowe's? Why don't you send a shout out to all the guys in the band and anything else you kind of want to tell me about it, and we'll move on to the next thing on our plate.
Yeah, I'll give you a little background. So yeah, I mean the Lowe's started back in I don't even know exactly 2017. And I was in with Chuck doing songs I had written sort of by myself, but I wanted to call it a band name, rather than my own name. And I pretty much just hit up like all the best musicians I could think of that I knew from my years playing in the scene. And it all kind of started with Wolf on bass guitar. And then he kind of recruited the other two guitar players that play with us, Mike Leslie and Nick Bainan, who's currently playing with us. And then I met Brandon McNall playing drums in another band. He's the other guitarist. And I met Dwayne, the drummer, from going to school at Dime in Detroit,
Nice.
The music college.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, people from all different, areas of the scene, and have been all doing it for a long time, like I had, and
Cool.
yeah, it just worked together. And we went hard for a couple years, played a lot of really awesome shows. We had some really cool shows booked when the pandemic hit. We were supposed to go up and play Kuwait and Casino in the UP, opening up the Candlebox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that got canceled. And
Yeah.
so yeah, and ever since the pandemic, I've seen the guys a couple times. We hung out a couple months ago. If any of you guys are watching, I miss you a lot.
Me too,
And
man. Me too.
Yeah, we'll get together, as soon as it's safe to.
Right.
But yeah, a couple of the members, have kids, and got to keep everybody safe. So we've just been playing it safe for now. But once stuff opens back up and once we can get back at it, we'll be doing that.
Yeah, so that seems to be a common theme. Like this is now episode 12 for me. You're episode 12, my friend. Lucky number 12. Yeah, and it seems to be a common theme from every guest that I've had so far through this. I started it in November. November 1st was my first show. And actually, I have to send a shout out to my buddy James Todd from Abandoned Souls out of London, Ontario. He was my first guest. Him and I are dear friends that go way back. And he took the brave plunge to walk the plank on the show, the first episode. And it was a very gutsy maneuver on his part. But anyway, shout out to him for that. I forget exactly why I was telling you about that, but it's a common theme. It's a common theme amongst everyone that, we want to get back. We miss the stage. We're dying to get out there, but priority one is we want to be safe. Everybody's got to be safe. Because I think, from my standpoint and from our band's perspective, I think, we feel the same way. Like we don't want to find out that, one of our shows, we had a show and like 50% of the people ended up getting sick because we wanted to have a show so bad. And so we just said, heck with it, let's have a show,
Yeah.
So you kind of feel the same way? It seems to be sort of the going consensus,
Yeah, definitely. We just want to wait until, and it's also a thing of like, I've always felt like, with even restrictions and when there was shows happening, like I'd rather wait to play a show and make it as big as, we possibly can, rather than, play a show and it's capped off at this many people and you're, taking the risk and whatnot. So that's why,
right.
we've held off from doing anything like that. And
Sure.
I mean, yeah, also, a big part of my livelihood before all this was playing cover gigs. I was playing, at least like one every weekend on drums, and
Right.
you know,
Sure.
I'm missing out on that too.
Absolutely. I can feel you there too. I'm in the same situation. Here,
Yep.
let me just catch up real quick. I feel like I'm missing a couple of things. Thanks to Joe for subscribing on my YouTube channel over there. And then AD Steve here, I'm not sure who this is. Steve Deitch says, still miss hearing him play Bullet Train in Shockwave.
Yep. That's a throwback from maybe when I was in like middle school. My band Shockwave.
Shockwave, awesome.
Yeah.
Robert Morrison says the Wolf, the okayest bass player in Detroit. He had the shirt. I remember he had the shirt that said that. Let me see. Who else am I missing? Hey, E.C. Clark, my buddy E.C. Clark checking in over there. Hi, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. And there's Mr. James Todd from Abandoned Souls checking in. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. EBX Phil over on Twitch. That's Phil Stewart, our guitar player. Hi, buddy. Thank you for hanging out. It's good to see you. I hope all is well with you guys. He says Shockwave rocked.
Hell yeah.
He must remember that from high school or wherever that was.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
When Phil was in 34 Bliss, we played a ton of shows together.
Yeah, awesome. So let's see. Steve wants to know. He wants me to ask you if you'll ever play a couple of Shockwave tunes in the future.
I don't know. I would, probably rule that out at the moment. I haven't really talked to those guys in a long time, and all those songs were, kind of split between us all. So I would feel wrong playing those songs if it wasn't with the original lineup. And yeah, I just don't think that's like, the bassist from Shockwave is just out of music now, and everyone kind of went their separate ways. So
I think that's fair. I think
who knows?
That's a fair answer, I would say. Let me see. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Yeah, Phil says he had the pleasure of sharing the stage with Shockwave and Chrome Molly back in those days in 34 Bliss. So,
yeah,
awesome. That's great. Well, good. Well, thank you all for being here. Thanks for tuning in. I'm having a great chat here with Mr. Angelo Coppola. We're talking all things the Lows. We're talking all about, which we're going to get into now, some of your solo stuff. We'll call it quarantine solo stuff that you've done. And, of course, your newest project, which is called MAC SATURN. I thought you were going to say it.
That was my...
Awesome. All right, so let's talk a little bit now about what's going on here with the solo stuff and Mr. Joe Coppola, sound engineer guy. What's up with all that?
Yeah, so we've been working, for years on our home stuff, trying to get better, trying to learn Pro Tools better, and kind of got us to here where we're pretty skilled at it now. And my dad just recently did like a big upgrade to all his equipment. In our basement. So
Nice.
Yeah, we're always working down there, when we can, and did a lot of like demos for my past bands. But then when the pandemic hit, I had all these songs, just backed up, and I wanted to get them out, and figured, why not? And try to do the recording. We did the recordings, the best of our abilities, and put it out there. And I think they turned out great. I'm happy with them all. And
Great.
I play like every instrument, so like the songs are literally like exactly what was in my head, hearing the song
right.
in my head, writing them or whatever. So yeah, it was a really fun experience. And my dad was off work obviously during the pandemic too, so we were just like, going downstairs, starting in the morning, and working all day on that. So it was really good time.
I mean, what a blessing in disguise to be able to kind of spend some time together and make some music together, and grow in a great way and be creative. And I mean, hey, I would love to be able to have that opportunity with my dad. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, we have some good times together for sure.
Yeah. Your dad's a good dude. I've met him a few times, and every time we tend to gravitate to each other. We have a conversation, we chat it up, and we always leave thinking, That was great. So oh, shout out to my buddy Jinx checking in all the way from I forget. I want to say Toronto, Ontario, but maybe he's over in London now. I don't know, but he'll let me know. Another awesome fellow right there. So. All right, well, cool. Well, why don't you go ahead and introduce? Actually, I want to say something about this one. The reason I chose this one first, I think you released this one second. Is that correct?
Yeah, I did. Because no, actually, I think this one's on the Quarantine Sessions Volume 1 also, but it's the second song on the album.
Right. And so I think when you released it, it was the second video that you had released out of those two from the first one. So the reason I chose this one is because it's a fun video. I love that it introduces all of the guys in the band first, so we can get introduced to who all these players are, and then we can watch the music, and then we'll have another video, and we'll already know who all these cool cats are. So that's my thinking behind this.
Yeah.
Tell me about this one. You know which one we're doing first.
Yeah. It was kind of just like a funny idea. I had, where like all cooped up in the house for months, and obviously I'm playing every instrument on these songs, but like each instrument I kind of came up with like a different character, and I named them like based on plays of actual musicians, like the drummer's Richie Budd, like Buddy Rich, Phil Flyman on bass.
Nice.
Like Bill Wyman, and then I don't remember what the guitar.
I can't remember either off the top of my head. I was literally watching it a couple times today, but I don't remember now.
Yeah, it's like the same concept as that, So I just came up with like these funny alter egos. I did like an introducing the band video too, just on Facebook, where I was like talking in different accents as each character, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, then this video, I like thought of the concept of having a video where like all of these band members are like living in my house, and I just can't get away from them, and they're always screwing stuff up. So yeah, that was kind of like the concept of it, and just did a bunch of like funny things as each band member, and culminated with us eventually deciding that we like each other, and
yeah, it has a nice spin by the end.
Yeah, exactly.
They're good guys. These bad band dudes get a bad rap.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, let's get to the video. It's a lot of fun. This song's called "Off the Top," and this would just be what, Angelo Coppola doing solo stuff, right?
Yep.
All right, easy for me to say, huh? All right, check it out, you guys. This is Off the Top from Angelo's Quarantine solo stuff. Top from Angelo Coppola. Great guest on the show tonight with me. He plays drums in a band called MAC SATURN and also the lead singer in the band The Lows. Be sure to check out all of their social pages, all that good stuff. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me so far, and I hope you're enjoying the show. You guys having a good time so far?
Yes!
All right, so am I. I guess I have to use my special effects, so, got to get along with that stuff. Well, good. I hope you're having fun with me. I just wanted to take a moment to let you all know what is happening next week on Bands Across the Water. Check it out, you guys. Next week, I'm going to have my guest, Johnny Rabb from the band Collective Soul. Great drummer. Hope you guys can tune in next week. Bands Across the Water, Sunday at 7 p.m. Johnny Rabb from Collective Soul. Be sure to check it out. That's right. Mr. Johnny Rabb from Collective Soul is going to be joining me next week. I'm looking forward to that one. It should be a lot of fun. I want to thank you guys for all of the likes and the subscribes and all that great stuff. I appreciate it so much. It goes a long way. Be sure to share this stuff when you get a chance. You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, and, of course, Facebook. In the meantime, tonight I am having a great conversation with my buddy, Mr. Angelo Coppola from all sorts of cool projects. We just showed one of his videos, so let's get back to it, shall we? Here he is, my friends. This is Mr. Angelo Coppola joining me here.
What's up again, everybody?
Hello, my friend. Thank you for being here with me.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me.
I'm hoping you're having a good time so far.
Definitely.
According to the enthusiasm from the crowd, they're having fun as well, right?
Yes!
Hey, I'm glad.
It's either that or I have this one here, too. Crickets. I have crickets. We've talked about this before the show started. Angelo doesn't get the full experience. My guest, unfortunately, doesn't get the full experience on their end. So whenever there's sound effects, they're sitting there going, yeah, dude, whatever. What is happening right now? But yes, you get to view it all in its glory later on when the show is done.
Yep, and listen to my own voice.
That's right. Well, that's a cool song, man. Off the top, I really dug it. Great video. Someone commented in there that they love the video. Let's see if I can find who that was. That was Steve Gonzo. He said he loves this video. Great job from another Steve Deitch. Do you know these folks? Do you know who these people are?
Yeah.
Gonzo,
Gonzo's a good buddy, and
awesome.
Steve Deitch, known since I was really young playing shows.
Awesome.
What's up?
Awesome. It's nice to see them checking in. My friend Kevin Westmix, EBX over on Twitch. That's Kevin from the studio here. He says, hey, Angelo. He's checking in. I'm not sure if you can see the Twitch chat. So.
No, I'm on the Facebook one. But what's up, Kevin? It's been too long.
Michael Schrader says, Angelo rocks. Great video.
Thanks, Mike.
They're
Appreciate
right.
it.
They're absolutely right. That was fun. That's good. And your dad, did he help you like with any of the instruments, or did he play any parts, or was it all you and he was like the guy doing the buttons?
Yeah, I mean, he did a lot of production and always, giving me feedback on songwriting and extra parts here and there.
You might want to find a different choice of words, though. He's giving you feedback. That's probably not.
Well, yeah, I mean, helping me with harmonies and helping shape the song, all around. He's a great, he's a musical genius in his own right. So
awesome.
I'm glad to have him by my side,
That's great to hear. Everyone says we miss you, Angelo.
Yeah, I miss you guys too. We'll be hopefully partying this year.
And let's see, who's Gail?
That's my mom.
Geez, how did I know? She says that she is. She says it's a great show. I have a great guest, but she's partial.
Yeah, that's my mom.
Well, mom, meet my mom. She's out there too, and she's kind of partial to the host as well. So
Yeah, there you go.
nice to have the moms checking in. Thank you guys for being here with us. It's really nice to see everyone that's here hanging out. I hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. Be sure to tune in every week. It's this much fun all the time. So at least I try to be.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So you did two different like during the quarantine. You did two different EPs. Is that right?
Yeah. One of them was 6 songs, and then the second one was 7 songs. But one of them was just kind of like a fun little like minute and a half long instrumental jam I had with some sound bites I found and stuff like that over the top of it.
I see.
But yeah, kind of both albums are like, kind of just a glimpse inside of like me and my musical influences and, my songwriting style,
Right.
basically, and there's a lot of different styles of rock on there, some are funky, some are, more on the punk side, some are more on just the hard rock side, and got even a couple ballads on there.
Good. So let me ask you this. So in the past, so Grandpa's here. Oh, so this is Robert. Is that right, Grandpa?
My grandpa Cat is on Facebook somewhere. He's probably tuning in right now.
Gotcha. So Robert Morrison said Grandpa's here too. I guess that's not him then.
Oh yeah, Robert is just a good buddy.
Sweet.
Awesome dude, great supporter, and
nice. So let me ask you this: in the past for you, what was the songwriting like? Was it mostly you writing the songs and then having people play the parts, or was it a collective thing for you? And that being said, how did it feel for you with this experience of sort of not having all the different ingredients from all the different people? If that's sort of what you're used to, go ahead and let me know.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, like the lows when it first started out, and I was recording at Pearl Sound, I actually started like all those first songs by myself. They were just songs I had written, and obviously, the members came in and added their own, flavorings to everything, and played it in their style and took the parts to the next level, and then. After that, once the lows got really honed in, playing a lot of shows, practicing, building our chemistry, it kind of became, more of a collective songwriting process. And we had another good batch of tunes that are still yet to be recorded, that we were working on when everything hit the fan. And those were, really collectively written and good tunes. So yeah, basically, kind of always for projects I'm in, I kind of, would always kind of come with the base layer of the song, and everyone would build upon that. So yeah, all the songs from the quarantine sessions, started that same way, just an idea in my voice memos or whatnot, and built it upon that. And actually, for mostly every song on there, I had never played the drum part before I recorded. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I heard the drum part in my head while I was writing it. I never actually like sat down and tried to play it until we just went to record it. And some of them I just didn't want to take because I had the part in my head already.
Right. Sure.
It's a cool process for sure.
Because you
And-
actually kind of started out more as a drummer, right, in the beginning. Is that correct?
Yeah, drums is my first instrument. I tell everyone I've been playing since I was 2 years old because my dad, would sit me up on the kit, and within a year or two, he realized I had rhythm, and kind of went from there. I started performing like really, really young, like around probably 6, 7 years old. I would do like charity events, stuff like that. Just playing drums to recordings. Kids. Like, people love to see a little kid drummer,
Absolutely, for sure. It's great.
So then from there, I went on the TV show when I was 8 years old, America's Most Talented Kids.
Oh, nice.
Won that. And then
I should have had
from
the
there,
video to that, huh?
It's on YouTube out there, but I'll let everyone, if they haven't seen it, do their
They
research.
can go find it.
But
How come you didn't share that
yeah,
link
so
with
that
me,
was,
huh?
that was kind of the start of everything, and then just formed my first bands in middle school, and started playing shows with them, and just been at it ever since. Music's always been my life.
So your dad is a drummer, was a drummer, I guess once you
He's
are.
a keyboardist.
Sorry?
He's a keyboardist. He went to Berkeley in Boston in the '80s. He's been playing keys since he was like really young, like like I was with drums.
Yeah.
And he had a drum kit, had all the equipment, and obviously when you're that small, drums are probably the easiest instrument to get started at. Because you can't worry about the
Bam,
note.
bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, and you don't got to worry about your tiny hands hitting the guitar frets. So yeah, he sat me down on the drums, and it went from there. And yeah, he's been getting back at his keyboard playing. I feel like he took a lot of time off from it, to help me in my career, and was helping manage my bands I was in, stuff like that. But lately, I got him to get back on his game, and he posted a really cool video on Facebook of a new original song he did, and
Oh yeah.
he's
Oh,
still
good.
got the chops. He still got them.
That's great. That's awesome. That's good to hear. My mom says on Facebook, she says you both have so much in common. And I kind of said that to you earlier. Although I'm a little older than you are, we have a lot of similarities in the fact that we started so young. And it sounds like in your case, obviously your parents were very supportive and very encouraging, and in my case as well. Even though neither one of them were any musically inclined in any way, shape, or form, other than my mom's got good rhythm for dancing, and my dad liked to play the radio. But other than that, as for support and encouragement, yeah, they were always there. They may not have always liked the choices that I made, but they always supported me in every choice that I made. So, supportive parents, Joe and my mom and your parents, it really goes a long way for a kid starting out, finding something that they love and something that they're interested in, and to get that extra push by people that mean something to you. It really could turn the difference for someone like you or me, in our life of where it heads.
Definitely.
I couldn't imagine life without music.
Yeah, it's a blessing, to have such supportive family and friends.
Absolutely. Let's see. Michael says that Angelo has the best family support of anyone in the business. Every time I've ever seen him perform, there is always tons of family there. Great to see that. That is nice.
That's nice.
And then my friend Mr. Jinx, who lives up near Toronto, we did verify that. His wife plays the keys and has 1,000 different cowbell sounds. So
Hey,
more cowbell.
More.
And I guess I should, while I'm thinking of it, somebody asked earlier about the brand. This is actually a Taye, Taye. I'm not sure. Not many people. It's not like a household name like Pearl or, DW or whatever, but Taye. Yeah, I love that set. It sounds amazing. So anyway, hey, my buddy, Mr. Ray Solomon checking in. How you doing, my friend? He plays in a band called Age of Wolves. From Windsor, Ontario, and he was, I don't remember what number, but he was maybe episode 4 or 5 or 6, 7.
Nice.
I forget what number. He might know, but I don't remember. But thanks for checking in, Ray. It's good to see you guys. Thanks to everybody for tuning in and having a nice talk here with Mr. Angelo Coppola. So we have another video that we're going to show here. And then I guess this will be the last one, and then I want to talk some about the new stuff that you have going on.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about this one? Now that we've been introduced to all the band members in the last video. And I didn't think to look at what the guitar player's name was.
Yeah, I actually didn't either,
No.
but I still remember that. That's how how crazy everything's been, that I don't even know what I named.
You don't
the
even
guitar.
remember the guitar players in your band's name. What the?
Right?
Ray says he thinks he was episode number 3. Thank you, Steve. That is a beautiful set. It sounds great. I love that drum kit for sure. All right, so why don't you tell me about this is called We Are One. Why don't you tell me a little bit about this one, and then we'll play the video, and we'll come back and we'll chat some more.
Yeah. So yeah, this video is more just like straightforward. Of all of the 4 band members of my quarantine band, just performing the song. And yeah, this was the kind of the start of the whole project. It was a song I had written not long before I recorded it, and I thought it had the most potential, out of all the tunes, like my favorite one, I guess, out of all the songs. So that was the first one that we started with, with the recording process.
Your dad just checked in. He says the guitarist is Timmy Cage.
Yep, that's it.
Not to be mistaken with the guitar player for Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, exactly. 2 different people. That's for sure. I am nowhere near. But yeah, so this video is just the song "We Are One." It's kind of like it was like an anthem too of when everything was going down. Kind of just the messages like we're all in this together type deal.
Love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, here you guys check it out. This is Angelo Coppola in his quarantine tunes here. This one's called "We Are One." song, We Are One, Angelo Coppola. That's a good one, buddy.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Another cool video, too. Lots of fun. I like it. The bass player's hair is pretty sweet.
Yeah, had to do a little pony and yeah, had the afro as Richie Bud.
Yeah, that was great. That's a fun, another fun song. Let's see. We have okay, I got it. My dear friend Barb says Canadians are the odd numbers. So she's explaining the shows. It's worked out that I'd go back and forth, right? So the odd numbers are Canadian. I should have known.
Oh, nice.
I should have known. Steve, he says it's an epic tune. He's right. The other
Thanks,
Steve
Steve
says awesome. They are all correct.
Thank you, guys.
That's awesome. Yeah, good stuff. So, are you planning on releasing any other videos or anything with the quarantine songs that you've done, or what's your thoughts on kind of?
Not really sure. I would like, when the Lows can reconvene to hopefully do some of those tunes, with the Lows, turn them into Lows tunes.
Right.
But yeah, I got a lot of newer songs I've written since I put that out, and always writing more, so who knows, might be another solo album coming at some point.
Depending on how long we stay in this, huh?
Yeah, very true. We could be in another lockdown, so.
Well, I think the main thing, the number one important thing, at least in your situation, or anyone that's writing songs, yeah, the shows are gone. The gigs aren't there right now, but there's no reason that you can't keep, writing music if that's your thing. If you're playing just a cover band and you don't write songs, there's no reason that you can't be, working hard on your instrument right now and, getting better than you've ever been and taking this time to just really, look at this as sort of a time to create, be creative, and kudos to you for continuing to do that, and it's not everyone is doing that, and including my band myself. I'm proud of what we've continued to keep doing, and we've put out a couple of quarantine videos. We're working on tracking our 4th record right now. So it's a difficult time, but we also kind of still have to find ways to be a chameleon in all this and adapt and be versatile and. And I think you're doing all the right things. You just keep writing songs. You just keep writing music, and that's important stuff. So.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I know it's hard for some people in a time like this to
Absolutely.
Find the motivation to do that stuff. So I am lucky that it's almost like especially when we were in the first lockdown and everything, of just like. That's my way of getting through all that, is just working and just and keeping my mind occupied.
Right, and coming up with some great music along the way, So.
Thank you.
Absolutely, that's awesome. Kevin says, "Come on over to West Mix. Let's record some tunes."
Yeah, I am. I'm right down the street from you right now. I didn't realize you were at the sound shop. I live right on 21 Mile in Macomb. So.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, you're right around the corner, dude. Let's go for a beer after this.
Right, I wish.
Right. That's great. Too much. Okay. So what was that? What did I want to ask you? Oh, let's move into what's happening now. Why don't you tell me a little bit about MAC SATURN and how this came to be for you? This is a band that was already established. Is that correct? And now you're sort of taking over the driver's seat on the drums.
Yep, yeah. So they're a band that's been around for a while. Actually, I'm sure you know how this is, but before everything happened, I was going to like at least a show a weekend. I stayed really active, going to see bands every weekend in the scene, and making connections, making friends, and there's not many bands that you see when you do that just ultimately capture your attention. I'm sure you know how that goes. Of like, it's rare that you see a band that you're just blown away by. Going to see every weekend. There's lots of great bands, but there's very few that will catch your attention like that. So right. Max was definitely one of those bands, and actually the manager of the band I went to high school with, and I knew from that. So. Started going to more of their shows, started hanging out with them, And this was, when the lows were still hitting it hard. But yeah, like I said, I'm a drummer first. My passion for drums will never go away. And, I kind of rediscovered it, doing the solo albums and everything like that. And so, yeah, I just got invited to jam. They had a cool opportunity with going to Rust Belt Studios, working with Al Sutton, who did the Greta Van Fleet stuff and has worked on a lot of Kid Rock and Bob Seger stuff. And their drummer at the time is now lead singing, and he did a lot of the lead singing, Carson Mack, from behind the kit. And Al, and everybody kind of thought it was a good idea for him to come up front. He's got a lot of charisma, natural front man, so so I started jamming with them on drums, and it just felt really right. They quickly, became some of my best friends, and we have a really cool, good creative process of all writing songs together and kind of, all bringing our minds together to shape the songs. And we've written a lot together already and continue to.
Good.
And yeah, it's just been like kind of a situation where we only see each other and we practice at least 3 times a week, almost every day. We're jamming and practicing together in writing,
Awesome.
and just because there's nothing else to do, so.
All right.
But we got a good system of staying, COVID safe while still being able to work together and practice together, and we do our daily temperature checks and make sure that's all straight, but
Good.
yeah, it's been really cool, just to join a band of guys who are really just as hardworking as I like to be, and as passionate about it, and just it's cool to have people matching that energy,
Right. Awesome. So how long has the band been together, all officially?
I want to say they've been the original lineup got together maybe anywhere from 2012 to 14. I don't know if any of them are watching. You can you can chime in.
Is that the spot? Is that the spot where I just put you on the spot there? Is that the question?
Yeah, a little bit. No, I don't exactly know, but they were doing it for a long time and went through a few different incarnations of lineups.
Right.
But yeah, Nick Barone on guitar, Jeff on bass, Jive. We call him Jive, and Carson on vocals. They kind of were, the foundation of the band and had been together for a long time prior to me coming in. And I was happy that they welcomed me in, as much as they did, for knowing each other so long, and even especially the rhythm section. But me and Jive have definitely we got that connection, that was just really natural, and are able to play. Yeah, exactly. We're just able, to read each other's minds, and we've become a really tight rhythm section already, especially because we practice so freaking much, So we're just ready for stuff to open back up, ready to do it.
That's good. So are you guys how many albums do they have out now, or what do they have out recorded wise now?
Yeah, so they did an album in 2018 at High Bias Recordings in Detroit, and that was with their other lineup of Carson, who's the singer now, playing drums, and that's on all streaming services.
Nice.
And then there's a couple albums on there too, I think, of early demos of the band, some great tunes on there. And once we play live, I'm sure we'll bring back some of those tunes. We play them at practice sometimes, but also we just have so many new songs, and we think they're all great, And
Right. So the goal now, or the aim at this point, is probably, would you say, for you guys to keep writing in hopes of getting some more material recorded and get it out to the world, and hopefully we can all get back on the stage and bring the music to the fans in a live environment? Is that sort of where you guys are at?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, we have, the EP pretty much almost done, but we definitely kind of want to wait to put it out until we can act upon it, at least play
Sure.
a show. So
Right.
see what happens, but
I want to backtrack here for a second. I want to head over to Facebook. My mom has commented on there that she says I haven't mutated once. But then she corrected herself later and she says muted. So it's actually a thing. I don't know if I can get this. I actually have a thing on here now. It's official.
Yep.
Unmute Mike. I can't tell you how many times in the early days of the show where I would come back, and I think I might have told you before we went live that, you know, I'm going to see if I accidentally leave my microphone on mute. I would come back and start this conversation, and of course, you know, the guest could hear me just fine, and no one in the stream would hear anything but what the guest was saying. So I have figured it out. I've set up all my scenes where my microphone never gets muted. I have a big sticky note. I learned from my buddy Kevin about the sticky notes. I got this big sticky note. Unmute mic. Nothing but top quality technology going on over here.
Hey, so my rhythm brother, bassist Jive, said August 2013 was the formation of MAC SATURN.
All right, good. So going on 7 years, pushing 8 years here soon.
Yep.
Awesome. And then Scott Hayes as well. I also want to acknowledge Scott Hayes over there. He says he loves Angelo, but he's got to say, great production, Darren. You have a new follower for sure. Well, thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. And be sure to check out my band, Elsie Binks, as well. Hopefully you'll dig our music, too. I think he was the one that said something about the Separate Ways cover that we did earlier before the show started. So appreciate all of that, guys. I appreciate all the follows and the likes. And be sure to head over to all of Angelo's pages as well. We've got MAC SATURN on Facebook. We have MacSaturn.com. The Lows are all over the place on Facebook and all over media, social media stuff. Anything else? Social media networking, Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, et cetera, that you need to make sure that we cover?
Yeah, I mean, most of the Lowe's social media is Keep It On The Lowe's as the @ and keepitonthelowes.com is the website. And then I'm on Instagram. My handle's AC Music 95. If anyone wants to follow, I always posting updates about, you know, any project I'm involved with and anything going on. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll be, you know, I'll be out here working hard no matter what and trying to get music out there. Hopefully, we got some MAC SATURN to release soon. Hopefully, the Lowe's can get back together soon, and just hoping to play a show by the summer. That's what I'm holding out for.
Well, that's something I think that we're all hoping out for. And, you know, in the meantime, keep up the good work. I think everyone had a great time tonight. My buddy Jinx says, great show, cool tunes. Shout out to the moms that put up with the rockers, with us rockers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So, Angelo, I appreciate you for being here with me. MAC SATURN, the Lows, and your solo stuff. Best of luck with all of it. Keep working hard, keep making music. It's clear to me that it's something that, you know, resonates with your soul and it makes you happy, and follow those things, because that's my best advice to myself. So follow the things that resonate with your soul and make you happy.
I couldn't have said it any better.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you so much for being here. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. Be sure to find me on all of the socials and like my stuff. Stick around right until the end here, you guys. I just have a couple more words. I'm going to let you know again who's on next week. So, but in the meantime, everyone wave goodbye to Angelo and thank you so much, my friend, for being here with us. We had a lot of fun, and I look forward to catching up with you again. I want to have you back on the show in the future. You know, when we have some MAC SATURN stuff we can debut.
Definitely. Yeah, thank you for having me so much. Had an awesome time. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. I miss you all and hope to party with you soon.
My pleasure. Thank you for being here, and thanks for keeping the music alive, buddy. It's a good. You're inspiration to a lot of people. You know, you keep pushing forward, and that's sometimes all that we can do in times like this. So.
Yep, definitely.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Angelo. Thanks for being here, brother. It's appreciate it.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. Have a good one, everybody.
Angelo Coppola from the Lows and from all of those wonderful things, MAC SATURN and his original stuff. Great show tonight. I hope you guys had fun. Thank you for hanging out with me. It's getting better all the time. I didn't mute my microphone tonight. That's exciting. In the meantime, I should let you all know again. Let's see. We've got Facebook, my Facebook page, Darren Curtis Drums on Facebook. We've got YouTube, some big, long, crazy link that I'm not going to try to explain. Just go look for Darren Curtis Drums on YouTube, and I've got all sorts of stuff up there. Every episode from Bands Across the Water is up there. And also Twitch. If you're on Twitch, twitch.tv/Darren Curtis Drums. Be sure to go find all of the rest of my bandmates over there on Twitch as well. They are all there streaming. We have actually been streaming our fourth record, a lot of the tracking that we've been doing. I was streaming right from there on Twitch just a week ago, recording drums for one of the songs coming up on our new record. So I'm excited for all of that. Be sure to go find everyone wherever you can find us. And of course, thanks to my buddy Angelo for being here. I'm just going to let you guys know who is on one more time. This is going to be a good one. I'm excited for this. I got Johnny Rabb from the band Collective Soul. You guys know who that is, right? Next week, check this out. Join me next week. I got Johnny Rabb will be here with me from the band Collective Soul. I'm excited for that show. It should be a real good one. Good times. Thanks again to Angelo for being here, you guys. You have a wonderful week. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I look forward to seeing you all the next time. I'm going to just get to my outro here. It's somewhere. I got it. Here it is. All right. I got too many scenes, I think, is what's going on. There it is.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh yeah!